Oh my goodness, that was so scary. Let me fix the camera. That was crazy. I've never actually scheduled a live stream. I usually just go live. So it's a little bit different. I had to go into the studio to turn it on, but I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming in for a live video. Today, I'm really rethinking the heart to heart segment. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. I do love my heart to hearts, and a lot of people request them. And I want to continue to do them, but I wanted to kind of enhance them a bit and maybe include other topics and not so much topics, but another ambiance, another mood, or another vibe about it. Because I do like talking about serious things, and we're going to talk about something really serious today. But I also want to make it more accessible where people who really don't want to talk about certain things, or people who don't like chatty videos, can maybe we can make it a question and answer. Maybe we can, I do have a lot of new subscribers, and welcome those of you who are new. Welcome back those of you who've been here for a while. I do appreciate every one of you. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Let me just welcome a couple of people into the chat that I see, and I'm sorry again that I kept you waiting. Look at this horrible light, and I am struggling so badly with my lighting since I lost that one lamp that I really need. My husband did find me a new lamp though. So where did he say he found it? Oh, dumpster diving. Yeah, and it's beautiful. My daughter said it looked like something from World Market. It's got that wonderful. Remember, like the one you had, Miss Adrian, in your old home your previous home in San Diego, I think, with that big long kind of shade that kind of balloons around, kind of, what do you call it? Kind of arches around you, something like that. That's what I need, especially for my down camera videos where I just kind of focus on the jewelry. That one really needs a backlight. But I'm surrounded by other lights. So anyway, welcome in. I really do want to thank you for being here. Looks like Bonnie's here. I saw Alamova Adrian here. He's doing the dishes. Good. That's good. That'll keep him nice and fit. Get those dishpan hands in order, right? Gypsy JJ, how are you? Bonnie, Patricia. Hey, Miss Robin, how are you? Thank you for being here. I was just like I said, I'm going to rethink a lot of my content. Of course, I'm still doing thrift. That's my name, and jewelry, because that's what people love. This is one of the most unpopular videos that I do. A lot of people still like it, so I like to do it too. But as far as generating a whole bunch of views, it really doesn't get that many views, So that's why I wanted to expand it a little bit. Maybe one day make it like a Q&A. Maybe we could share some wisdom about jewelry or about thrifting in general, that kind of thing. I think that would be kind of nice. And I was even thinking of maybe making it members only because, not because I want to gossip, as I've heard many people say, let's do a gossip session on our members only, not because I want to do that, but because maybe what I'm offering is not in the cards for everyone. Maybe not everyone finds it appealing. So you guys let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that. And let me think about a new name. And Robin, get ready to make me a new banner as well. I want to add a new name to it. Instead of calling it Heart to Heart, I hate the word tribe. I really, really hate the word tribe. It has an ethnocentric definition, actually, so I really just don't like it. But I was thinking, if I did use the word tribe, I would call it Tribe Times. What do you think about that one? Or another one I was liking was Thelma's Post. Thelma's Post, like the Washington Post. It's not that great, I know, but I'm just mulling it around in my head. So let me know what you think. Oh, thank you so much, Adrian. Yes, start thinking about it, because I want to do my banner again. I want to change the name from Heart to Heart to something else, because I've been watching, and I'm not going to mention anybody that I watch anymore, because it's the whole premise of this show. I've been watching this YouTuber. I'm obsessed with him. I love him so much. And if I were to mention him, someone would be offended because he's gay, because he's funny, because he sometimes he actually does a great imitation of Joan Rivers and mocks Joan. You know how Joan used to be the fashion police. So he's fabulous, and I won't mention it again though, because this is kind of the whole premise of the show tonight. Is that some people were not only offended of what I find funny, and let me just start by saying I am at that certain age where many people regard me as a mother figure, a grandmother figure, even where I work. I've had, honestly, a burden to bear where a lot of women that are younger in their 20s and 30s have used me as a sounding board, where I've also kind of been like a go-between between conflicts, between someone stole someone's boyfriend and someone, and I mean, honestly, I was involved in this about 5 years ago, where two teachers were fighting over the same man, and I was caught in the middle of it. And it was really, really, it was very uncomfortable for me because people do seem to see me that way, and I don't necessarily like it or appreciate it. And I certainly don't like to be held up to a standard that I cannot hold. I am a human being, and I like things that you may not like. I find humor in things that you may not find humorous. But I don't think that gives you the right to go to my Facebook page and blast me and blast others, and then also go on to a vigilante status, to where you've gotten people to unsubscribe to me, you've gotten people to stop being members, and that kind of thing. Okay, they probably didn't really like me in the first place if they were so easily influenced. But I will tell you that that's the kind of quandary I find myself in. I really do find myself in a quandary where I'm held to a double standard that no one else has to hold. Granted, my husband says not everyone has the subscribers you have. I don't consider myself a big YouTuber by any means. As a matter of fact, YouTube is not that big deal. It's not the big deal that we YouTubers think it is. Honestly, I know it's the second largest search engine in the world. I know that. But if you talk to any real people, I was talking to some millennials, let me see, a few months ago. I referenced Paytas. Almost everyone knows who Paytas is, Trisha Paytas. They looked at me like, no, we don't know who that is. I had no idea. And these people are much younger than me. So not everyone eats YouTube. It's really not that big of a deal. So that's what my husband was telling me, that maybe it's because they thought that your subscribership would see it differently than other people saw it, because this actually entailed a video I watched. I commented on it and I thought it was hilarious. I still do. And many people took umbrage to it. Many people laughed about it, commented positively that it was funny. This is what I call a burgeoning comedian, a comic. And so I thought it was funny, and I said so, and I shared it. And then I was blasted for it and told that I don't practice what I preach, and so forth and so on. Well, who actually does practice what they preach? Can you tell me? Hi, Doug. How are you? I just don't think, I think that's a standard anyone can really be held up to. But again, if I offended you, you don't have the right to come onto my public page and blast everyone that had made a statement about it. Yes, it's public, but that doesn't mean it's right. Just because you can say it doesn't mean it's right. And just because I find something funny doesn't mean that you have to be insulted by it. Or just because I follow someone who's gay and mocks and another person who, I don't know if he's gay or not, but he does a fabulous job of impersonating personalities like Martha Stewart and Ina Gartner, and he uses vulgar language. He makes fun of them, and then in the beginning and the end of the video, he always says, I love these people. These are just common things that we all see in these iconic people that we know and that we may in some instances really, really like. But yes, there's certain quirks, there's something about their speech and so forth that we may find funny. And if you are offended by comedy, I would say, what do you find funny? Why is this something that really offended you to that degree that you had to go on a vigilante status to bring me down? Now, other people have tried to bring me down. You're not bringing me down. You're not canceling me. I've had people literally do 20-minute videos and literally titled the video Thelma's Troll. So what you're doing now really is not doing anything but making me think about how I can put a quash on the belief that I'm some kind of a role model, because I'm not. I'm not a role model because I'm a special education teacher. I'm not a role model because I'm 65 years old and I make a living reselling and I make a living thrifting and I love jewelry. Not a role model. I'm just a YouTuber, a nobody here. That's all I am. And why is it that you were not offended when some people use the word spick in their videos? You still patronize them. Why are you not offended by the foul language that they use? You still patronize their channels. But I'm not your police. I was in a video just the other day in a chat, and there was some tarot reading person that came on, and other people were talking about, oh, I really would like to get a reading. And another person said, oh, I'm really not into it. But nobody insulted the other and said, oh, if you were really, a believer, you wouldn't believe in that, or only trash believes in that, or why are you bringing that? I mean, I think there's room for so much more discourse than to have to go on a vigilante status to bring down my channel. I just don't understand it. I don't think I will ever understand people like that. And in that case, you go around calling people mean girls, you bring it up in chats, you talk about this or the other, that someone who made a video as a comic video in another channel was insulting and was burdensome to you in some way. Why wasn't it insulting when we were watching another auction one day and you actually chimed in to tell us that you didn't watch this channel when someone asked what time it started? Really blasted on there, I don't watch her, with an exclamation point. What was the point of that? Nobody asked you to answer the question if you didn't know the answer to that question. But I recall very clearly that was you on there trying to tell everyone that you didn't watch this particular woman. I've been on YouTube 10 years. I'm going to have an anniversary party. I have some giveaways very, very soon. Not going to advertise it, not going to buy your subscription for it. But 10 years I've been on here. I've seen real divorces. I've seen someone married and remarried twice. I've seen partnerships come and go. Many partnerships come and go. Many people are still reeling over Nicole State. Not too long ago, there was some of the biggest YouTubers in the reselling community were on this rant about Nicole State. It was a live video. She was on, the person that has decided to bring her name into the ring again. And they were all talking about it. And I'm like, how many people are literally wasting their time talking about this woman whom I've always watched when she started her reselling videos? I learned a lot from her, and I say it proudly. I learned a lot from her. I don't care what you know about her. I don't know it. I've never seen any of it. So what are you going to do? Come at me now that I do this, that I do that, because I still can say that I learned something from Nicole State when everybody else ganged up on her that day. I don't know who's right, who's wrong. I just know she's a YouTuber. YouTube is not real life. YouTube is not real life. You take from it what you want: comedy, teaching, learning. But really, do we have to turn against each other that way for that? Don't we turn against each other enough with the big issues that are happening right now? The elections that are happening right now, the blowback on companies that are happening right now, the blowback on society that's happening right now, culture wars here and there. And we have to pick something like a lighthearted comedy sketch on a video to bring someone down. Let me see what your opinion is in the chat. I found so many beautiful people that you have recommended on here, Thelma, Tanya, Doug. Oh, that's fabulous. I'm so glad. Adrian, that are here with us. You have a beautiful soul, and the haters are going to hate. Yeah, that's the truth. And like I said, there have been partnerships. There have been friends. They're no longer friends. They're no longer partners. I try to remain neutral. I really do. I try to remain neutral. And I even got to the point where I would say something like, I don't even want to know what happened. I don't even want to know why. I really don't, because what good is it going to do me to know? There's always another story to it. This is what makes me so angry about the vigilante status, is that that person took what offended them and regurgitated it to someone else in their way so that they would be offended as well and turn against my channel. So that's what makes me very upset, is that someone is easily influenced and easily insulted and easily I don't know, vigilante is all I can think of. And to the point where, you know what you really are is an obsessed fangirl. That's what you are. And that's going to get you in trouble, because no one is what they are perceived to be. No one is, not your most loved one, not even your sacred mother is not what you perceive them to be. They are human. They will be faulty in many ways. And that's the problem, is that you are so obsessed in this fangirl status of yours that you see them do no wrong. You see everyone else who says anything do no wrong. By the way, I have no moderators in my chat right now that I see. I only have a handful, and I've had them for the last 10 years, most of them. And I have them to protect me, not from a question or a rude comment, but from vulgarity. Because years ago we had like troll raids where someone would come on and spew the P word and the C word and the B word. And I mean, it was really something to be really upset about. But if you come on here and tell me you are full of it, or I don't like your blouse, or you wear too much makeup, or whatever, or can you test that ring? Do you know that ring is really sterling? Have you tested it with your presidium? That's not going to insult me. I don't need 1,000 monitors in here like guards to zap every single question, or to monitor my channel so that no one makes a comment that you perceive as a snooty comment, or what do you call it, a smart aleck comment. I don't have that, because I don't think I need it. I am not that insulated. And again, I'm no one on here. YouTube is not but a microcosm of society, teeny little tiny bit part of it. First time here. Thank you so much for being here, EBS from Pennsylvania. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Tanya, saying hi to Gigi. With respect, I think you are a great role model. Oh, thank you so much. Which is someone to admire. In fact, a reseller question today on my mother said you should. Oh, that's so sweet. That's very, very nice. That's very nice of you to say that. Again, role model. No, I mean, I just don't think. I don't think anyone can fulfill that. I don't. I do what I do. Sometimes I even feel a little bit off-put when people tell me, "Oh, you're so patient to be a special education teacher, and bless you," and so forth. And in a way, I understand that, but it just takes someone who can look outside of themselves and see what you can offer someone who really needs help. That's why I was really blessed this year and felt so good when I said goodbye to my assistants as we left for the year. 2 years ago, I was struggling so badly with the two paras that I had. One of them literally was just so defiant towards me and resented me, and we just clashed. And it took a professional, my assistant principal, to tell me sometimes there's just not a fit. Sometimes you don't have to say this or that, because I literally called her crazy, and she made me realize that was unprofessional. So see, we all make mistakes. I called her crazy. I told her she needed therapy, and she said, you don't have to get personal with her. Don't, just sometimes things just don't fit. And that's the truth. And I made that mistake. I make mistakes a lot. I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is. So that's why I feel like I don't think I'm a role model. I don't think I should be held up to that standard. But I do see a selective outrage here. A comedian I saw, again, I love comedians. I love raunchy comedians. I love gay comedians. I love old school comedians. I love nothing better than to watch old Johnny Carson talk shows where the old comedians come on. And I love that. And he said something about selective outrage when it comes to listening to R. Kelly or Michael Jackson, both accused of the same. He said one had better music. That was a funny line. I thought it was a funny line. And it is, in a way, the truth. The truth is always in comedy. There's always a little bit of truth in there. And that's kind of the way I see this because, again, no one is offended when someone uses the R word. And as a special education teacher, I hope you know what I mean. Lots of people still use that word. I am taken aback when I hear it, but I don't go and say, "Oh, um, you are so mean. You're a mean girl. I can't believe you used that word," and so forth like that. I wouldn't do that. I know that people, sometimes take a little while to get educated that that word is no longer used professionally, and it should not be used uh, out loud either publicly. But I'm not going to go and call you mean and take a vigilante stance against you and start emailing and calling people to turn against you for using that word, which as a special education teacher, I have heard even teachers use it. I have heard even now I will tell them privately, "Hey, that word made me feel uncomfortable. Don't refer to my kids like that," or something like that. But I wouldn't blast it in front of everyone or send a mass email and said, "So and so used this word." And I think it's just uncalled for. It really, really is. I once said something was not for the weak-hearted. Someone heard the R word and laid into me. Exactly, exactly. And like I said, it's not something that we need to get upset about. We can tell someone, "Look, I didn't find it funny, but you don't have to go on my public page and blast everyone that thought that video was funny to insult us. And if you thought it was mocking, it was a made up character. I believe it was a morphing of two or three characters. I even saw myself in there a little bit, honestly. So I don't understand what you were so offended by. And if it wasn't even about you, I don't believe. Or did you think it was you? I don't think it was you because I've never seen you do content. Again, fangirl gone awry is all I can say. There and not only that, but there's people on here you still patronize their channels, and they constantly use foreign accents as a way to make jokes. They constantly use mockery, use the word spick, yet you still patronize their channel. Selective outrage. Some people get offended by every little thing just for drama. That's true, and that's fine. Get offended, but get offended. Write to me and tell me I was offended because of this. I'd appreciate it if you would understand my point of view. But to go on blast someone and then again go to try and take their channel down, take their subscribership down, their memberships down. And believe me, I don't make a living off these memberships. I don't. I don't have that many. I do it. Most of the people who do it get a gift from me, get discount shipping on my auctions, and that's why I was thinking of maybe making the Heart to Hearts membership only. Again, not to gossip. We don't do a gossip session here, but to offer maybe some real knowledge. Maybe even I could invite someone in. We could do an exchange of ideas, and maybe even turn it into a podcast. My daughter is trying to convince me to do a podcast. She follows one that she really likes, and she thinks that I would be good at it. Yeah, yeah. Especially since and the thing was, I said, Did you block everyone who thought that video was funny? Because there were several laughing emojis in there. There were several comments, but apparently not. Apparently, some people are expendable and some people are not. So I've got my notes here. You know, I'm very organized with my topics. I try to treat it like a little composition, you know, and intro and body paragraphs and so forth. I don't want to go off the rails. Let me see what else you guys are saying in here. I was a paraprofessional before I worked for the police department. Were you? Did you like it? Oh, I am so blessed with the best paraprofessionals ever. I cannot even. And they're not perfect by any means. This is another thing. There are ones pretty much on the phone a lot. But she makes up for it by all the work she puts in. When before she gets to work, she's got a pile of things and ideas. She does all the back end work. I mean, she's just amazing. And the most I think of her very fondly, honestly. The most amazing thing about her was when I was so despondent last year when I had no paras for half the year. And she walked into my room and I was in a mood and I just because I can be in a mood. I'm not perfect. And I just kind of looked at her and I can have this really, I mean, my son described it as dead shark eyes one time. And I just looked like, who are you at the door? And she smiled and she said, oh, I'm here for the paraprofessional job. And I said, I instantly changed and I said, welcome to your classroom. Because she had the biggest smile. And it just like not a fake smile, but like a real smile. And I was just so, it's like God sent her to me, honestly. And the other one as well. And we're such a partnership. It's just incredible. And you don't get that often. And I just hope she's studying to be a, what do you call it? Speech pathologist. So I know I'm going to lose her in a couple of years, but she's going to be amazing, whatever she does. Hi, Priyanka. How are you? We've definitely lost the ability to laugh at anything. Like I said, I would love nothing more than just share some of these YouTube channels that I watch, but I'm so afraid that you don't like gay people, you don't like people that talk about fashion, you don't like mockery, you don't like tarot cards, you don't like Christianity, you don't like Judaism or anything. I mean, what is wrong with people that you can't just enjoy something at face value just because someone you know, is I mean, what would the fashion police had been without Joan Rivers? No one has ever been able to duplicate what she did. And she made fun of people left and right. And we loved it. We loved it. That I mean, have we gotten to that point? Honestly, I'd rather someone make fun of something than for someone to use the word spick and not use it derogatory. That's the problem. Not thinking it's derogatory. That's what do they call that? Intrinsic racism. I may be using the wrong word, but honestly, to the point where they're not even thinking that they actually said something derogatory. They just said it as they were telling another story. But yet, that person who chose to try to cancel me is a patron of that channel. You have to laugh. You have to laugh. I think that's what made Saturday Night Live so popular a few years ago is that they were so neutral. They would make fun of both presidents, Democrats and Republicans. They didn't have this, leaning left or leaning right that some shows do. And that I think that's why comedy's dead, honestly, in so many ways. And when someone that I think has a really, really I don't know. I mean, I think her channel has potential. I laughed at one of her characters, just the way she was dressed. As soon as I saw just the dress of the character, I burst out laughing. That takes skill. I mean, that's like Carol Burnett status. I mean, Lucille Ball. I'm not kidding. And I'm not just saying that because this is the channel that I found funny, but I really feel that way. And when that happened on my Facebook page, it really it really upset me because you can have your opinion, but you don't have to blast everyone that doesn't think like you do. Yes. Let me see. We live in a different world now for sure. Absolutely. Miss Karen, thank you so much for being a member. I really appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, I was thinking of doing a longer live stream this summer. I'm also going to do my interview shows again. I want to bring that back. I have learned so much from the people I interviewed during those I did 2 summers of that, but this time I want to call it Jewelry Stories. And I think we came to talk about this with one of my subscribers and wonderful Facebook friend and everything. And we were talking about how we had lost jewelry and how it showed up magically. In my opinion, it did, because I literally smashed something. I literally went away from the premises from like 100 miles away and came back 2 hours later and found the item. And it's like there's almost a magic in jewelry. And again, I don't believe in magic, guys. If I don't want to offend people that hold the Bible to literal status and or a non-literal status, or first, just whatever book you want to quote on me, I'm just saying magical status. Okay, again, at the risk of offending anyone, I'm going to have to start my videos like that. So I was thinking of doing something like that. What do you guys think about that? I think that'd be fabulous, don't you? Looks like there's only 39 thumbs up, 28 thumbs up, 39 people watching. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I believe in everything. My daughter's going on a road trip tomorrow, and her birthday is in 2 days, so she's going to go celebrate it, touring the Southwest. And I said, turquoise is for travelers. I watched this other lady that does crystals, and some people don't believe in crystals. Please don't be offended, but she always says that turquoise is for travelers, and she always wears her turquoise. And then she's like, "Mom, I don't want to look like a poser," because she's going through Arizona and all of that. And then I said, "Well, just wear this small little Fred Harvey era one." And then I said, and then I think I have some jade that I think has some really good energy, because I got it from this other auction where it belonged to her relative who had it forever. And again, I'm not going to name any channels at the risk of offending anyone, but they do say jade has good energy. So yeah, I believe in everything too. No, I don't. No, I don't. But it doesn't hurt. As long as it's not hurting anyone, especially minor children, what's the problem? Yeah, it does come back. It's so strange. We heard about another lady who had, what did she do? I think she thought she had flushed it, but then it turned out she had actually sent it in a grab bag, and someone else had it because she had it in her pocket or something. I don't know. And then it turned up back to her. It was the craziest thing. Oh, you just leave the screen for a little bit and you go over there and hit that thumbs up. It's right below the screen. It's an icon going up. The one that goes down doesn't really work. Don't use that one. It doesn't really work. It's not good at all. I think I covered everything I was supposed to cover. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that was pretty much it. If I really wanted to cancel someone, there's a lot of things I could talk about on here. Chill bidding is one. Chill bidding is one. Shill bidding. Did I spell it wrong too? Shill bidding with an S. Thelma. Shill bidding is one. I was approached to shill bid on Whatnot, and I have the receipts. I really do, but I feel like I was approached this way in order to be in the web. I think they were testing me to see if I have scruples and morals, to see if I would take advantage of that. Not so much because they really wanted to help me, but honestly, I know the type. I'm an old lady here. I've lived it. Like my mom says, I've been there and back. And I know when someone is playing me. I really do. And I was played. I was played that day when I was approached with that concept to shill bid, to accept a shill bid on Whatnot. But I graciously declined without calling names, without pushing her against the wall. But I want you to know that I do have receipts. And so if I wanted to really cancel someone, I could. Actually, I don't think I could because, again, the fangirl base is real. It's extremely real. It's cultish. But I could spill some beans here. I could spill some tea, rather, as they say. But I don't need to do that. But I also would like for you to understand that I really don't appreciate the double standard. I don't appreciate that I was blocked. I was thrown out. I've been thrown out of much better places, believe me, much better places, much better places. And then I was part of a vigilante posse raid, and that's okay. And that's okay. But you're not going to tell me what to laugh at. You're not going to tell me what I find funny. You're not going to tell me what I find disgusting and what I don't find disgusting. And we can just agree to disagree on that. Shill bidding. Oh, please Google. Please Google. Shill bidding is when somebody tells you, hey, front load this item and I will give you the max that you want for it. When I had already said I was going to start it at the lowest bid price. Shill bidding is also when you'll say you put something on eBay and you have your mother and your father open accounts and bid it up in order for it to sell for a higher price. Shill bidding can also mean something really mild, like talking something up, like someone's auctioning something and you can see it's a piece of crap or not that worthy. And someone say, oh, it's worth more than that. Oh my gosh, I just saw one on eBay for $5,000. I can't believe you're letting it go for 500. That's a shill as well. So now we've gotten our education. Sabella, how are you, Miss Sabella? Oh, well, good. It's very unethical. It's absolutely unethical. Yeah, and call me what you will, but um, definitely have made my share of mistakes, morally and otherwise, in my life, as I think all humans have. But shill bidding is not one I have ever done, nor do I ever accept anyone to do it for me. That is, but again, I don't believe this person volunteered to help me. I know this person wanted to entangle me in this web so that she would have tea on me, so that she could say she's not above accepting a shill bid. It happens. It happens here on YouTube. You can be a target. I've been a target. I've been on here 10 years, as I said. I was a target over a giveaway. That's why I kind of refrain from giveaways. I used to give away jewelry bags all the time. The same thing happens to a lot of the YouTubers that are on here in the jewelry community that do giveaways. I mean, they've left comments in my video about them and said, oh, they never sent this and they never sent that and they're this and the other. And one of them, I actually left it on there and answered it and defended the person, the YouTuber, because I wanted people to see what we go through as YouTubers, what kind of comments we actually see and what happens when you even give something away. And so that person made a video about me and called it I'm Thelma's Troll. And so basically accused me of favoring someone else to give, and it was a person I didn't even know that I actually gave it away, but I had two answers that were possible for the win. And so that's why I really kind of weaned away from those giveaways as much as I used to do. Greetings from Phoenix. Oh, I so appreciate that, Goodwill Bunny. I haven't seen you in my chat in so long. I'm so glad you're here. How do people sleep at night with all this stuff? Or there is no integrity anymore. I ask myself that every single day. I really do. Where is the integrity? Where is the outrage? It's selective. That's where it is. It's selective because they're still patronizing other channels, some of whom, and they're still allowing other people to be not thrown out, though I've been thrown out of better places, uh, who thought that the video was just as funny as I thought it was. Oh, I know. It's very entitled. One of my uh, subscribers here once said when I was giving away some stuff on, is it Craigslist? Because I wanted to clear out my furniture up in the upstairs. She said, "You will find that when you give away free things on, the marketplaces, those are the most difficult because people they all say they're going to come in, or they ask you to send more pictures." It's ridiculous, and you're giving it away free. I had another one where I was giving away a certain type of religious icon, and when she got it, she said, "Is this all you're sending? I thought it was more." Needless to say, I blocked her. And but I told her, I said, okay. I had some choice words for her. But yeah, it was free. And then she even asked, why wasn't it more? Yeah, oh, it's more than crazy behind the scenes. It's absolutely crazy. But again, you you cannot be the moral police for everyone. You cannot be the comedy police for everyone. At least, I mean, I don't know. I think that's what makes this world what it is, diversity and different opinions and different ways of looking at humor. Some people I can't stand violent movies. I cannot stand them. They give me headaches. I can't stand the noises. My husband will sit down and watch some auctions with me, or the new person that I've been watching lately that I love. And he's like, I can't believe I'm sitting here watching this with you. I said, why? You'd rather go listen to some guns and some cars crashing and blood spilling? And he says, yeah, I really need to watch. But I'm not going to stop him from watching what he finds entertaining, and not just him. My eldest daughter loves horror and old gangster movies, and the Goodfellas and all of those Pacino movies, and they're not my thing. But what am I going to sit here and say? How come you like to watch people get killed? Why do you like to watch blood? You must be so immoral. You need to practice what you preach. You must be a mean girl. Yeah. Oh, I don't like mean people either. The entitlement is unbelievable. Priyanka, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Be cray cray. Oh my goodness, yes. And it's interesting about, I don't know, the way things seem to be so different. Even at my school, I we had a little kind of a little parade that they do for the 8th graders, because they're graduating to high school, and they used to make them dress up nicely in their Sunday best, so to speak. Don't get offended because I said Sunday. Some people go to church, some people don't. It's okay. I don't believe that you're any less of a person if you don't. I really don't. That's just a term, okay? Don't get offended by it. And I think when they used to dress nicely and do that little parade around each room, the hallways, the 8th grade, the 7th grade, 6th grade, they used to look so nice and everybody would applaud, and it was just, hey, good job and so forth. Well, it turned into a disaster the other day. And I don't know, I'm trying to have my own little theory about it, but it was incredible. Everyone was allowed to wear their school colors to their high schools that they were going to. And honestly, I thought I was like in a soccer in a soccer what do you call it? A soccer game madness. You've seen those things happen where they crush each other. Literally, the kids were crushing each other. They had some girls crying. It was so sad and so horrific to watch. I hope they rethink doing that. And I can't help but think, is it society? Is it the way people are raising their kids these days, or the surrogate people that have to raise some of these kids? And that's what I'm seeing. I've been there a long time. I've been teaching for 10 years, and I've seen it. I've seen the way things are changing. And I'm not saying everyone, but that small group of people decided to make it chaotic, and they did, and they hurt some girls. They trampled on them. They were in tears. And I was thinking, maybe I was trying to put two and two together. How could we remedy this? What can we do next time? Or not me, because I'm not admin, but suggest at least maybe they should have been wearing, nicer clothes. Maybe you do behave nicer when you're wearing nicer, your dress clothes or some nice pressed shirt. I don't know, but it was very startling to me. Right, right. It is getting ridiculous. It is getting ridiculous. But anyway, let me know in your comments today what you think. I promise I will not have vigilante mods ready to pounce on you and take it off. I really do want to hear what you say. And because this is my page, this is my channel, and no one else will get insulted, I hope. No one else will be lambasted as I was. But there's no mods here to strike you out if you happen to ask a question that might be considered a little crude. There really isn't, and there won't be. And also let me know if you like the idea of me expanding. There's another light that's in the way. Expanding this live stream into just a live stream and not so much a heart to heart, even though we will do hot topics, Wendy Williams, hot topics, so to speak. But we will also do other things. Hi, Miss Kathleen. How are you? Oh, my goodness, Miss Kathleen. Get some coffee or better when you rewatch. Get some coffee or better. I'm still drinking water. I had a dry throat, believe me. Because I think talking about different subjects and maybe even having guests, now that there is a way on right here on YouTube, and there always was in the beginning of YouTube, there was always a way to do, it used to be Google Hangouts, and you could already bring people in. It was really wonderful. Well, they brought it back, I believe. So we could invite some people in and talk jewelry stories. We'll call it jewelry stories on that night. All right. And then the regular live stream, we'll call it Thelma Times. I don't like tribe. I don't know why I don't like that word, tribe times, but it's not bad. What do you think? I'm just the alliteration, the major in me likes tribe times. Give me a suggestion. If I pick your suggestion, I'll send you a jewelry bag for free. Oh, by the way, did you guys see my jewelry jars? They're humongous. Look at this one. Oh, I'm going to be putting these on Whatnot. This one's a pineapple. And I have shipped a jewelry jar in a jar before because it's fun. But I'm going to probably put that one on Whatnot. Oh my gosh. And to start at a certain price, I do want to start selling a little bit more on Whatnot. I love it over there. I love Facebook, of course. We get that, that more quiet, ambient, chill factor over there where we can kind of be face to face and I can show bags and things like that. But I do love the convenience of Whatnot. The invoices are done, the shipping is done, the billing is paid, and it's just so cool. It really is. And it's worth the extra effort that, the extra fee that they charge for the convenience. All right. Yeah. So let me know. It'll be a free jewelry jar for anybody who comes up with a really cool, I like alliteration again, that English major in me. But I thought Thelma's Post, Tribe Times, Thelma's Tribune. But then I looked up the word, the true definition of Tribune. It was a little scary. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, I do like conversations too. Absolutely. How about jewelry stories and heart-to-heart videos? Right, right. But I want it to be because I want the long stream, the live stream to be longer, and then I could possibly break it in. A lot of live stream videos that I watch that are actually podcasts as well. I like the fact that they can break it up into shorter videos to upload to the video shelf because now YouTube has all of these videos at different algorithms and different, basically, they're not shown at the same time. They're not shown, presented to you to consume in the same level as the pre-recorded videos. Speaking of that, did you give this video a thumbs up? I hope you did. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Consider your membership here. It's a very minimal fee. I may change it to include this type of live stream as maybe even as presented first, and then I could break it up into smaller videos. Again, many people who were part of the membership do it just to support the channel, and I so appreciate my members. Kathleen is here. Miss Roberts was here. I so appreciate that, and I know that you don't often even go to my auctions on Facebook where it is that I offer the perks, the free shipping, free gifts, and that kind of thing. So I know why you do it, and I do appreciate it. And again, like I said, it's been 10 wonderful years. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute here on YouTube. Haters have come and gone, and they're going to come and come and go. They rarely leave. It's just a new batch. It's just a new batch. It really is. But again, don't tell someone else don't insult someone else just because they find something funny. Okay? You should ask yourself, what did you see so insulting in there? And to whom? Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you so very much. Give me your comments, your feedback in the comments when we leave. When this goes up, recorded as a replay, leave your comments because we're going to be giving away a jewelry jar if I pick the name. And I know you guys are so clever. Thank you so much, everyone who's here. And thank you, Kathleen. That's very sweet of you to say. All right, y'all have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. I hope to see you over at my Facebook auction tomorrow. Bye-bye.